I've been thinking a lot about how we teach kids to be good human beings. It's not as simple as just telling them what's right or wrong.
I agree. Kids learn so much by observing, not just by what we say. I think it's important to lead by example. If we're kind, respectful, and honest, they'll naturally pick up on those values.
Absolutely. They're always watching, even when we don't realize it. It's one thing to tell them to be kind, but if they see us treating people with kindness in our everyday lives, that lesson really sticks.
Yeah, and I think another big part is teaching empathy. Getting kids to understand how others feel helps them make better choices. Do you ever talk to your kids about how their actions affect others?
All the time. When one of them does something hurtful, I try to ask questions like, "How do you think that made your friend feel?" Or, "Would you like it if someone did that to you?" It helps them see things from the other person's perspective.
That's a great approach. It makes them reflect, instead of just telling them they're wrong. I also think teaching them responsibility is key, like making sure they understand the importance of their actions. Even simple things, like cleaning up after themselves or helping with chores, can teach responsibility.
Exactly. Responsibility is huge because it's not just about doing tasks, but also about owning up to mistakes. When they mess up, I try to remind them that making mistakes is okay, but it's important to take responsibility and learn from them.
Right, and another thing I focus on is teaching honesty. I try to create an environment where they feel safe being honest, even when they've done something wrong. If they feel like they're going to get in trouble for every mistake, they might be tempted to lie.
That's true. If they're scared of being punished, they'll hide the truth. I always remind my kids that honesty is more important than being perfect. It builds trust between us. How do you handle it when your kids tell a lie?
I try not to overreact. Instead of getting angry, I explain why being truthful matters and how lies can hurt relationships. Then we work through it together. The goal is for them to understand the value of honesty, not just avoid punishment.
That's a smart way to handle it. I think balance is important too. We need to be firm when teaching these values, but also patient. Kids are going to make mistakes, and that's part of the learning process.
Definitely. It's about teaching them that being a good person isn't just about following rules. It's about developing empathy, honesty, respect, and responsibility over time. Those are qualities that stay with them for life.
And it takes constant reinforcement. It's not something that happens overnight. We have to keep modeling it, talking about it, and giving them opportunities to practice it.
Exactly. And, we can't forget about respect. Teaching them to respect others, no matter their differences, is so important. They need to understand that everyone deserves to be treated with kindness, regardless of who they are or where they come from.
That's a great point. Respect is key. It's about valuing people, their opinions, and their feelings. And when kids see us being respectful, especially towards people who are different from us, they'll learn to do the same.
It all comes back to setting the example, doesn't it? If we show kindness, respect, and responsibility, they'll follow our lead. I just hope we're raising the next generation to be compassionate and caring.
I think we are. We just have to keep at it, one day at a time.
Agreed? It's a journey, but it's worth it. These are the lessons that will shape who they become.
Definitely. Teaching them to be good human beings is probably the most important thing we'll ever do.